Welcome to Rocks Talks, the podcast that helps network marketers grow their business on social media. We are in the throes of a 2021 countdown, getting you ready as the network marketer amazingness that you are to really rock 2021. And today we're going to be talking about content trends, things that are going to be very crucial for your business in 2021 as you're doing your social media. So sit back, relax. We're even going to talk a little bit about the talk that ticks, or TikTok. We'll be right back. Are you ready to rock 2021? Perhaps you're waiting for holidays to kind of be over, and they're almost over, to really start thinking about how you're going to maneuver and make the first quarter, as well as the entire 2021, something to remember for the good stuff. I want to invite you to a very special event. It's called the CEO of You, and it's a workshop designed specifically for you, the network marketer, to help you not only get clear on your goals for 2021, but also have a strategy, a strategic plan for your social media to support those goals and then some. Y'all, we're even going to be talking about things that you can do, interactive things you can do to get to your goals in the first 90 days and then beyond. I want to see you there. It's a live event. So you're going to get personal coaching from me with the group and really get clear before 2021 hits, before the ball drops, on how you are going to be the CEO of You next year and really make it count. So I'll see you there. To get more information, go to socialstoriesmembership.com/CEO. Can't wait to see you there. So we're talking about trends this week. Are you ready to hear some trends that are going on in the world of network marketing and social media, I should say. Social media that's going to affect you as a network marketer. One of the things I love to do, and I do a lot of, is just research all the things. Scott makes fun of me because I'm like, he asked me a question, he said, let me research it. And whenever my family is wondering about something, they know Roxanne's going to research it. I guess that's part of that lawyer still in me. I got a lot of parts, just not one. I just don't like to put them together as the lawyer. I like to use it for other things. And so what you're going to find is I love to let you know what's going on, but I don't just like say, hey, this is a trend. I like to also test it to make sure that it's applicable to you, the network marketer. And so today I'm just going to give you a little glimpse of some trends that are going on, so shake and bacon right now that you want to know about. That are going to be important for you. So what I'm going to do is start first with, well, we got to talk about it, y'all. Before we get into the major trends that are going on and things that you can use to leverage your business on social media, we've got to talk about the elephant in the room. And and if you're in my free group, Social Media for Network Marketers, you know, because the day it came out, the day it went down, I went ahead and posted it for you and been talking about it. But we have to talk about what's shake and bake when it comes to what's going on with network marketing and FTC. Okay, so I got to talk about it. Here's the thing, just a little backstory. And you've probably heard me rail about it from the beginning of COVID and the pandemic, because I was seeing network marketers, top people in network marketing companies, using the words and the concept of the pandemic to entice and encourage people to join them in business, telling them they didn't have to spend any money, but if they join now, they can grow their business. And it reminds me back of the day when in 2007, 2008, when there was a recession and I lost my job and I wasn't able to work. I almost said what the job was. I'll behave. Not me, but the person I'm imitating. Not imitating. Well, real life. And I was able to, and now I'm at the top of the company and I do all these things and life is so good and you can have that too. And my hair went higher than it does when I've got it completely froed and poofed, because that's just wrong on 1,000 gajillion different levels. And we've talked about that. And many a network marketing company, I think 10 at least, maybe 16, which is significant because the names on that list are ones that are household or near household names, got their hand slapped. 3 different times the FTC has sent notes of cease and desist letters to these companies saying, stop doing the madness. Well, then what happened was a watchdog group decided to watch these companies that have already been put on blast by the FTC just to see, are they behaving now? Lo and behold, I wouldn't be bringing this up if we were. And I say we because we are all responsible. You are responsible you are your brother's keeper. You are your sister's keeper when it comes to this, because when your sister does something wrong, it hurts our entire industry. It is a big deal. Well, lo and behold, quite a few were not doing it properly. And it wasn't even just on social media, but it was also personal websites that distributors and consultants had. And it was also corporate websites for some companies. Well, this is what, and why do I know all this? Because instead of just saying this company did this and this company did this, they said, oh, no, we are going to put people on blast completely. Here's the name, here's the date they did it, and click, and you can see the actual post. I kid you not. This has happened. I want you all to take a look at it. In fact, I will put the link in the show notes because I think that every network marketer needs to take the time and see the examples, because you're either going to see A, your own name on there, maybe you are on there. B, you're going to see things that you probably did. You cut and pasted it from someone else. You didn't. You're like, oh, they have it. It must be good for me. It is not. Just because the top person in your company tells you to do something does not mean it's right. You're going to see things that you probably didn't even realize were incorrect. I could and probably should do a whole thing on this, and maybe I will, but let me just say, it's not just what you're posting, it's also your hashtags. So if you're trying to be cute and subliminal in your hashtags and you're saying things like time freedom and money freedom and other things, there's more than just those. You are in the wrong. Stop doing it. It is a bad look. And by bad look, I'm saying it gives us all a bad name. The goal is to rise. And my goal and my mission is to really help network marketers by helping you rise, helping the reputation. Because when our reputation gets better, guess what? We all do better. More people are willing and interested and want to join and proud to join. And those team members you have who want to join and do, but then are afraid to put something out there because they don't want their family to think that they are with a network marketing company and judge them, won't have that stigma if we just behave, if we play nice. Okay, so I bring that up and I'm going to leave it alone, but I say that because when we talk about some of these trends and some of the things you're going to hear, y'all, you've got to make sure it's okay to be smart and strategic, but you got to play within the lines. These are the lines, whether you like them or not, they're the lines, play within them. Okay. So here's a good example. Let's start with TikTok. We're going to talk about TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Why? Because those are the big players. If you're on another social media platform, good on you, but the business is happening in these places. So TikTok just came out last week again, like same day as the big watchdog came and blasted network marketing. TikTok just came out with a pretty significant community policies and standards and guidelines. And you're like, great. It's saying, things that shouldn't be on there shouldn't. Fine, fair. But something they also added was that you could not be on the TikTok platform and promote MLMs. They use the word multi-level marketing companies. And before you go, well, I'm a direct sales, I'm different. Let's get over ourselves and realize it's considered the same thing. So what is that going to mean for TikTok? I don't know. Is TikTok going to close down accounts for people who are network marketers? I don't know, but it's too soon to tell. But if you are doing all the things on TikTok and that is your main source of growing your business, just buyer beware, and you didn't buy it because it was free. We don't own it, that's going down. And you have to know that TikTok is not going to spend the time. Have you seen things on TikTok? They're not going to spend the time and restrict network marketing, but for the fact that we probably were doing something wrong on that platform. There was probably something going down. That's just the fact of the matter. So know that about TikTok. And if TikTok was on your list of 2021 things to master and rock, you might take a pause on that and head over to Reels, which is a great segue into Instagram. Oh, Instagram. Instagram is like a smorgasbord or charcuterie board because there's so many things. And just when you think you've tried everything on the charcuterie board, guess what happens? Instagram comes out with something new, or they add an extra little spice or whatever it may be. And suddenly you're like, I didn't know there was smoky cheese. I want more smoky cheese. It's awesome. We like the charcuterie board, but lo and behold, it can be a little bit overwhelming. So I want to break down some things that have changed that you may want to take a look at in 2021. But remember, it's Instagram. It's always changing. So what is good right now in 6 months, I might be saying is gone. You just don't know. But this is going to help you in the first quarter for sure. Okay, first and foremost, when you think about your Instagram, Instagram Reels is not going away. I don't believe it is. I mean, I'm not Zucks. You know that. I don't know Zucks yet. Well, one day he might get to know me. Who knows? But right now, they're putting a lot of investment and time in Instagram Reels. Instagram Reels is about 4 months old right now. August, September, October, November, December. So 5 months old. If you count that for 5-ish months old right now. They are putting more time investment into it. When it first started at 15 seconds, now it's 30 seconds. And they've also created it so when you're in Reels, making your Reels, it feels like stories once you get to a certain spot. So if you know how to do stories, you're not learning a new platform to make Reels, okay? And they've updated some of the things that were going and coming. Music seems to be more consistently on there, as well as being able to place different things and time sequence them. So why am I telling you this? Because as Instagram spends more time on making Reels their baby, what do they do when they are like, this is our darling? They reward you for using their darling. If Instagram is your platform that you're rocking on social media, I encourage you to take a look and say in the first quarter, I'm going to look into Reels. Now, here's the thing. I'm seeing a lot of this and you do you, boo, but I'm seeing a lot of dancing network marketers. And I look to go, are they going somewhere with this? And you really aren't. If you like dancing and you want to do that in Reels, good on you. But I would encourage you to take some time to use some Reels that actually establish you as an expert in whatever you are selling, whatever your personal brand is. And, my Instagram Reels challenge does exactly that. And I'll tell you, those who took it, they learn a lot, but then they're like, whoa, Reels is going to take some time. Yes, Reels, especially if you've never done TikTok, is going to take you some time, just like anything else takes you time initially. But I would highly, highly recommend that you implement on your social media schedule of what you're doing on Instagram, you incorporate Reels into that. That's going to be an important piece of the pie for sure, because here's what Instagram's doing. When you do Reels, because it's their darling, they reward you. And so all of your posts, all the things that you're doing get more views. The other thing that I'm seeing that's trending now is that Instagram Reels is taking over some of the spot, is getting slightly replaced. It's probably saying Marsha, 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 and then there's Cindy, of what stories used to have. So stories once upon a time, I wish, was a place where in stories, you were able to attract a lot of new people. And while that is the case-ish, there's been a trend where you're seeing fewer people see your stories. I've heard it across the board. If you're taking a look, it's probably happening to you too. And you're like, what over the last few months? So what has happening, however, is the Reels are getting significant views. I would say my Reels currently are getting 10 times maybe. Wow. Is that right? No, more than 10. Like 100 times more. Don't ask me to do math, but more views, not only views, but exposure, which is important, right? Than stories. Now, here's what's interesting about that. My stories numbers have gone down. The people who are watching and seeing it they're there, but my Reels has just been like bananas. And you've got to think that those are synergistically somehow that's happening. And that's happening from across the board of the Instagram experts and influencers I talk to. So what that means for you is if you are like, gosh, I want to build that list. I want to build new people. It's not about the followers. It's not about the vanity numbers. It's about finding your target market and finding more of them and then connecting with them. Then Reels is really a place that you consider. Now, the reason I poo-poo the whole, like, let's just dance on Reels and people watch us and they'll start following us is those aren't probably not the people that you want to join your business or buy your product. So remember, when you're doing Reels, you want to make sure that Reels is focused on where you're going. You got to always remember where you're going before you start walking. Like if you just went out the door and start driving, like, I don't know where I'm going. It probably is better for you to have a thought about where you're going so you can map that out. And again, the Instagram Reels challenge, just FYI, you can take it, you can do it. We can pop up the link to that. And I encourage you to embrace the Reels. That is Reels. Okay. So that's a big trend. Now, Instagram guides, as you know, came out about 2 months ago. Not even, about a month ago. Depending on when you listen to this, about a month ago. It's still too early to tell what's going to happen with guides. Do I think it's worth using? Yes, because as you know, anything on the platform that's new, Instagram appreciates you using it. So I think there's definitely value in it. It's a good place to use. Think about like back in my day, we had something called encyclopedias. So if you are talking about a certain thing or a certain product or a certain like concept, it's great to make a guide so people can you can put all of those, kind of compile it right into one encyclopedia of that topic. And you can also add things that other people posted, and you don't have to do a whole repost nonsense. You just are able to share that to your guide as long as you've saved it. Now, here's the one thing about guides, and we'll put up the link to guides as well too if you want a free guide on how to use Instagram guides. Here's the thing about guides: they're so new, kind of like Reels were a little while ago, or Stories once upon a time. People don't know where to look for them, so you just know that you have to, just like we had to train people on stories. Like if you just start stories, you just start using that engagement on stories. You've got to teach people to engage, right? Same thing with your guides. You have to teach people where to find it so they can find your guide and have that useful information. But you can do that, and people appreciate like you telling them where something is. So those would be your things on Instagram that you're really going to want to focus on, that are trends to keep an eye on. I do believe with Reels, just to go back there for a second, that Reels will become 1 minute long in 2021. I just see that happening right now. 30 seconds is the longest time you can use it for, but I see a minute happening for sure. Okay. All right. So those are your little tidbits there that are trending. Also, don't diminish the beauty of doing an Instagram live. Still not as prevalent as influential as Reels right now. But if you have a little something to put in there, especially if you know it's something you can use a little bit longer and transfer it over to IGTV, I definitely recommend doing that. Okay. So PS, and by the way, I should mention, no joke, y'all, the CEO of You workshop that's happening next week, actually a week from today exactly, is going to really help you with these, really help you hone in and get some clarity on what things you want to say. I'm going to focus on this month or this quarter and year, but also getting your goals in place, figuring out if my goal is this is what I need to do social media wise to help myself get there. That's a big thing. And I know they don't teach that or train that in network marketing, but I train it here for you, the network marketer. So we're going to go through that, give you an idea of what content, how often you should be posting that content, out there as well as even there's some bonus little features in there about some volume building things that you can do to get that going. So I highly recommend you come. PS, and by the way, if you're a Social Stories member, you get to go for free. So just know that, and you've probably by now have seen that information out there. But if you're not, that's okay. You can come for a minimal cost. Let's get your 90 days rolling and going. Let's help you become the CEO of You. You know, when I think about things like the big FTC watchdog thing we talked about at the beginning, and I think about even knowing how to use these trends, y'all, if you're relying on copy and pasting from somebody else, or just thinking, well, she did it, must be good, or wow, well, my company highlighted this top member and or top consultant, and she said to do this and that, which in the heart of hearts is not right. Where is that leaving you? That is not a plan. That does not help you be the CEO of You. That helps you be a glorified salesperson, which means when the hatchet comes down on you as well too. I want to help you become the CEO of You. So I highly recommend join us at this workshop. It's going to be live. You're going to get live hands-on help and training, and you're going to leave with a concrete strategy for your first 90 days of 2021. Huzzah to that. Okay, so we're not going to forget Facebook. Oh no, au contraire, mon frere. Let's talk about the Book of Faces. Trends that are big right now for the Book of Faces. Before I tell you those, y'all are fighting me on this, and I appreciate your zeal. That's awesome. But I want you to understand and recognize that if Facebook is a place you're going to be growing your business, which I think is fantastic, go for it. You have got to accept and embrace the concept of a Facebook page, also known as the business page. Now, you might be saying, okay, Roxanne, but when I post something on my business page, I don't get the same amount of traction that I get on my personal profile. Well, no kidding. Of course you don't. You've been posting on your personal profile since you were on Facebook, which for most of you is probably over a decade. So yes, you're going to get more interaction on. But if you refuse to, or you neglect, or you don't see the big picture, the long game on growing your business page, okay, you're going to get left behind. That's just it. You're just going to get left behind. Feed them both. In the meantime, that is fine. But you've got to feed this. Think about it. If you don't feed something, it doesn't grow. It dies. It shrivels up. That's what happens. You will be left behind. Hear me. You want the instant results. I get it. This is not McDonald's. This is your social media marketing strategy for a stable business, for longevity. So you get back into that Facebook business page. Okay. Here's the other thing. These trends I'm telling you about, a lot of them, Facebook intentionally, because they want you over there, only work on your Facebook business page. Truth. And a group is not a business page. A group is not a page. A group is a group. Groups are great, but it's not a page. Okay, so here's what Facebook Lives are not going away. You know, back when I was doing home shopping, remember the social media department came in. They're like, okay, the head of the department, he's like, here's the deal. Live video is actually viewed, it was like 80% at that time, videos in general, video viewing online. That was back then. I mean, I'm not saying I'm old, but that was not yesterday. That was a bit ago, a few years ago. That hasn't changed. And lives are huge. You know this. Now, I shudder when I hear people, anyone can do a live. Yes, anyone can do a live, but anyone can do a bad live. Anyone could also do a good live if they get good training on how to do a good live. It matters. Now, Facebook Lives, Facebook is loving these. They're loving these because they're beating YouTube, and that's what they want to do. So that's fine. We know that feeds the beast. Okay, so here's some things on Facebook Lives that really are business page only or page only, whatever you want to call it. Okay, the ability to shop. Y'all, now you have an ability on your Facebook Lives to literally have a shop button, and people can shop while you're doing that live. Think about that. You could have your product and you could sell your product and people could buy it. This only works on your business page. Okay. Now there are other features as well that go along with shopping, but Facebook is really leaning into helping small businesses. That's you. And they're helping small businesses by really upping their shop feature. It used to be like the marketplace. Remember the marketplace? They've really leaned in, kind of gotten rid of that, the look at the marketplace, and really focused on how you can create not only a shop from your business page, which means that you can share that link and people can go directly and shop very easily, but also incorporating that into your live videos. So you're going to see a lot of that happening more and more if you're on your business page. Live videos are essential. That trend is still rocking and going. But having that ability to kind of feel like you're doing home shopping with your goods is going to be a phenomenal thing that I really encourage you to lean into. Also, it never dies, right? Zuckerberg, he always says that the point of Facebook was for community and groups. And so you see that every so often they're always putting in another oomph into groups. Facebook groups are still going to continue to be a place where a lot of community growth and building your list is going to come from. What I want to encourage you all to do if you have a group is keep in mind, it's great that they're in that group, but do you have their information? Do you have their info? If you don't, you need to make sure you get their info. By that, I mean, do you have their email address? Are you able to get in touch with them if something happens and Facebook dies? And that really goes for all of the platforms. Listen, TikTok, were you communicating with people on TikTok? TikTok gets rid of you because you're an MLM. Do you have a way to communicate with them still? This is so uber important. So when you see the Facebook Live trends going on, awesome. Always think, how can I get that connection beyond the Facebook Live? Connect with them there. Do that. Take advantage of the Facebook Lives. I want you to make a goal where your Facebook page grows exponentially, because when you do that, it's going to go a long way. I want your groups to grow, but also in the back of your mind, think about, how can I get them off of that and onto my list. It's very vital. Okay, so just a little recap. TikTok, well, the trend is apparently you're not invited. Instagram, big thing is going to be reels for you. So see and incorporate your reels into what you're using. And then for Facebook, it is live. So for those of you who've been dragging your feet on lives, lean into lives. And if you're already doing lives, here's what I'd say to you. Set a time. Stop going on randomly. Set a time because we like must-see TV. It's the reason that theme went along for a long time with NBC. We like must-see TV. Set a time and start to incorporate the shop opportunities on there. Okay? Those are your trends. We're going to be right back with a little behind the scenes and more. Oh, P.S. And by the way, don't forget, I do want to see you at the CEO of You. If you're like, I want some live training from Roxanne. I want some live coaching, or I want to become the CEO of me, make decisions for myself, know how to make those decisions and have a strategic plan because I'm a business person in 2021. Let's start with those 90 days. First 90 days. I want to see you there next week. Simply just go to socialstoriesmembership.com/CEO. Like, frankly, you're going to see on the front page as well too, but CEO, and you'll get more information on it. All right. We'll be right back with your behind the scenes. Yeah, I have to laugh because my dog Baylor is literally right next to me. And when I got quiet for a second, I heard her. She's snoring. She's fast asleep because, that's what you do at 12:42 in the afternoon. You sleep when your dog. Back with, that's a little behind the scenes for you, isn't it? When we're recording this, the time is exactly, what day are we on? We are on the day that's called the 15th. Yes. Is that right? I think so. The 16th, excuse me. We're on the 16th. So I'm in the middle of the Social Stories cart opening, which is so exciting, or cart opening. That's what we say in the online space. But right now the doors to the membership of Social Stories they're open, and y'all, it's been super exciting. So we had the webinar a few days ago, and the interaction on that webinar was pretty fantastic. I'll be honest with you. Some days I'm like, okay, I hope people show up. How is this going to go? What if they forget? You go through all the things, but y'all were so present and asking such great questions and getting clarity on why there's a struggle going on in social media and how to really become the CEOs of your business and grow that. So very excited. Already we are welcoming in so many fantastic network marketers, and I'm really, really excited about that. And can't wait to see. So the doors are open as you're listening to for a few more days. Can't wait to see what goes with that. I'm also finalizing and fine tuning the CEO of You training that we're doing while you're listening to this in a week. I'm very excited about it because the more and more I see just shenanigans and this Hannigan going on, I want to help you really be able to stand in your own light, to be able to make informed decisions and have confidence so that you don't find yourself on, for example, that list where they called people out. Golly gee willikers, y'all. How I feel very bad. Let me just say it this way. I feel so bad for those who are on that list. Yeah, maybe they did it wrong, but you know what? We as an industry aren't doing enough to make sure people do it right. And I feel for them. I don't want you on that list. I don't want you on that list. And so any opportunity, and that's why I'm so excited about this training, to really give you some concrete info, strategy, blueprint, how to done for you. You're going to do it, but you're going to do it with me for your first 90 days. So I really hope that you lean into that and come to that because it will be transformational. Even if you've been doing network marketing for years, you're like, I know what I'm doing. Well, clearly you don't, because some people on that list have been doing network marketing for over 10 years and they're sitting on that list. So everybody can see. So get out of your own way and realize that it's time to at least listen to and be open to another way that's going to help everybody. Also, Scott's birthday was, I think I told you guys his birthday was last week. It went well. Got him an espresso. He likes it. Well, I have made every cup of coffee he's had since then, but because I love the Aratino. I love the little like milk frother thing. But it is stronger than what he's used to. So he's like, well, do we still have the Keurig? So I'm like, do you like it or don't you? But he says he does. And he wants to just vacillate between the two of them, which I guess is fine. Is that normal? Do people have both? I don't know. But he's loving he's loving the concept and the smell is amazing. So that went well. And we had a great we had a quarantine birthday, or COVID birthday, whatever you want to call it, but it went well. And you know what the best part was? So when he got off work, which just happened to be really long that day, good thing the commute is just, a couple steps. It had been a long day for him just because he's in financial services and it's the end of the year. And what I had done was, first of all, I got his favorite beer of choice right now. And that was in the fridge ready to go, surprise for him. But then what I also did was I went to the restaurant we got our food from for Thanksgiving, Seasons 52, and they have amazing drinks. And I ordered to go the drinks we had. He had a pomegranate margarita they loved over Thanksgiving. And they were a cranberry and sage drink with gin in it. Amazing. Anyway, I tell you this because we just sat on the couch, super fascinating. We sat on the couch with the Christmas tree on with music, and we just talked for a good 2 hours before we did dinner and all that. And it was just really great to just talk and just about, he's always like, okay, what are your goals, Wilson? He calls me Wilson, and talking about 2021 and where we want to be and what we want to do. And it was just really, really good. So that was good. And I hope that you are able to take some time with your loved ones and just talk without the distractions and just have that time. If not, maybe do that before 2020 is over and 2021 is here. So that was fantastic. And then of course, y'all, the summit is coming in a big, big way. So I'm excited about that, working on that. In fact, I'm going to another summit update meeting right after this. Oh, and I should mention, inside of Social Stories, we've been doing the volume building boot camp. Week 3 just started today. And they're loving it. They're loving the clarity on what to post. They're loving the interaction they're getting. They're loving the sales, the volume they're building. So that's been really going very well. And I'm about to, with the new members, excited for them that one of their special bonuses is a little boot camp action for them around some target market and some branding. So we're going to do a boot camp style, and I'm very excited to walk them through that. They're going to get more of me than they thought they would, but I love surprising them and delighting them. And then also there's some beta projects I'm working on that are so secret beta. I can't tell you what they are right now, but I'm excited to be working on different projects, obviously for network marketers, obviously for you, to help you in different ways and services. And there's some exciting things. More on that later. All right, you guys, you're amazing. I hope that, because when you listen to this, it is 2 days before Christmas and Hanukkah is over. So first of all, happy Hanukkah for those of you. I know you're listening to it, Hanukkah's over by the time you listen to it, but I hope you had a happy Hanukkah and a Merry Christmas. I hope you take some time. You've made it this far. You've made it during a very hard year. Grace was the word we talked about last week for a little mindset. I want you to take time and celebrate what you've accomplished. We don't do that enough. So you gave yourself grace. Now I want you to actually look yourself in the eye. Maybe it's the mirror. Maybe you're going to look back in a place where you can see all you've accomplished and realize how much you have done, because you've done so much. You've come a long way, baby, and we've got a long way to go, and you've made it through. So remember that and love yourself and love others. Thank you so much for being here with me. I can't wait to see you hopefully live next week at the CEO of You workshop and getting you 2021 ready to go. And as always, you need to know, I hope you hear this. If you hear nothing else today on this podcast, remember, you're not ahead. You're not behind. You are exactly where you need to be. Thanks for listening to Rocks Talks, and I'll see you next week with a new fresh episode. Bye now.